Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In this video I'm going to share my experiences the most expensive lunch I've ever had in my life, which was at the Ningyocho Imahan. This restaurant chain specializes in sukiyaki and is known for their service and top quality beef, which is sourced from all over Japan. You can read on their company website, but they are committed to high quality beef, technique, and safety and hygiene. The location I visited for this meal is located on the third floor of the Tokyo Garden Terrace Kioicho, a 5-minute walk from Akasaka-Mitsuke Station on the Ginza and Marunouchi Lines. Because the restaurant gears towards business clients, this location has a number of private rooms which I actually wanted to experience. Step inside the restaurant, you will see a genkan where you take your shoes off. My private room is sufficient for 4 customers plus the staff person. There are places to put your belongings to avoid any cooking smell. There are numerous locations in Tokyo, all of them in higher-end locations like Ginza and Nihonbashi, and in some of the department stores. Their opening hours are for lunch and dinner, with a break in between. The dress code is casual, but don't be surprised if local customers dress pretty well. I will talk about reservations in a bit. So here you can pause the video to view address and directions to this particular location. The course meal I chose was the Hana course, high quality, with 120 grams of wagu beef. As you can see, there is a 10% service charge in addition to tax. The total for this lunch was 17,569 yen, which isn't cheap, but with a private room and high quality beef, I had much expectations. So what does 17,000 yen buy you? Well, let's find out. Before the main sukiyaki entree, the menu shows a January seasonal theme with lots of seafood, simmered root vegetables such as carrots and daikon radish. Some of these items in this appetizer menu is also auspicious to Japanese New Year, such as black bean and shrimp. Now before eating, I ordered a yuzu soda, which was 800 yen. It was a tiny flute of soda, but it was delicious. There was a slight tang and fizz, which increases your appetite and anticipation of the meal. Overall, it was a great first start to what was an amazing meal. All of the tiny dishes were exquisite, as the presentation was modern and traditional. The second appetizer is a sashimi platter, including 3 types of fish, one of which was a lean tuna, or akami, with its deep red flesh. Now, in addition to the private room, I also have a dedicated staff person who's cooking for me, which was great. That was totally unexpected, and I thought I had to cook myself. As you can see, a full plate of sliced wagyu beef from Aomori was the star of the show. And of course, I had to take a photo with the plate of wagyu beef. It's not like I've never had wagyu beef before, but I thought at this price, I would never have it again. You have a choice of high quality or top quality beef, but there is no information on where the wagyu beef is sourced from, because they determine that at the restaurant. The 120 grams and 4 slices of wagyu beef is nicely marbled with fattier portions in one section of the slice. Now, Imahan does sukiyaki Kanto style, where the meat and vegetables are cooked together. The first slice is cooked solo in the sauce by the staff person. The freshly cracked egg in the bowl cools the beef down while reducing the saltiness of the sauce. As you can see, I was impressed with the wagyu beef, as it was so tender, but it wasn't fattening as you would expect. I was clearly enjoying each bite as long as possible. In addition to the beef, there are other ingredients including negi, or mild green onion stalk, tofu, red pepper, chrysanthemum leaves, daikon, konnyaku, vermicelli noodles, and shiitake mushroom. In addition to cooking the second and third slices of wagyu beef, she continues cooking the other ingredients as I continued eating. There was a breather as she made sure everything was cooked perfectly. She would leave once in a while, but would come back in perfect timing, making sure that nothing was overcooked. With each small bowl of Wagyu beef, she accompanied it with other ingredients. Now, some ingredients like chrysanthemum leaves do need a longer cooking time to reduce the bitterness, while the negi itself doesn't take too much time. As the last of the Wagyu beef was consumed, the next dish awaited me. After leaving for a few minutes, the staff person had come back with a bowl of white rice, egg, and chopped spring onions. The sauce in the pan that was used to make the sukiyaki remained and would be used for the next dish. The spring onions are added to the pan, followed by a slow drizzle of beaten egg. The entire thing resembled more like undercooked scrambled eggs. The staff person quickly scoops the omelette into the bowl of rice and passes it to me. Overall, it was a really great way to end the entree. It was delicious, as the subtle sweetness and saltiness of the sauce from the sukiyaki wasn't too overpowering. I knew desserts was offered as part of this meal set, but I wasn't expecting that the number of dessert dishes were in a meal of itself. As you can see, the Mont Blanc dish with strawberry and chestnut was the first of three. Ichigo, or strawberry, is typically in season in Japan during the winter time, and obviously was the main feature of this dish. The next, of course, continuing the theme, is strawberry gelato, which again was featured because it's in season. It was really refreshing and sweet as well. Now finally here, and I'm probably going to butcher the name, the Kagamibiraki is usually offered as part of the New Year's auspicious dessert for all of the guests. This is a sweet adzuki or red bean soup with grilled rice cake inside, which was actually chewy. This dessert was really sweet, and yet it really went down smoothly, and I thought I enjoyed it, even though it was really sweet for me. Overall, I thought the experience was incredible. At almost 18,000 yen, including the yuzu soda, you have to ask yourself whether you want to spend this much money just for lunch. The meal was heavy, considering it was lunch, and it was probably more appropriate for dinner. Now, the price is the same for lunch and dinner as well, so you're not going to get any discounts here. Well, what do you get for such a lavish meal? Well, you get great service, a staff person dedicated to cooks the Wagyu beef for you so you don't have to lift a finger. You get a private room, and the Wagyu beef itself was melt in your mouth, even though it was not the typical, Kobe beef. So if you have enough money to spend and you really want to treat yourself or a couple of friends, I would definitely try considering Imahan. So thank you very much for watching this video, and I'll definitely see you again soon. Take care.